Hello to my YouTube subscribers. I know that I missed the week. It was my birthday, a lot was going on, and I kind of wanted to do my signature dish. Normally I would, do the multi-screens and multi-video. I'm coming up with a different surrounding and different backgrounds to kind of be able to brand myself a little differently. So what we're going to be doing here today is let this burn. I had cleaned my stove off, did a major deep cleaning, so you see anything smoking, it's nothing going on that shouldn't be. But nevertheless, it's been a good birthday, a good start out. We're going to make my signature dish, which is baked ziti. I do have some things going on over here, so I'm going to start by showing you some of the ingredients we're going to be using. We're going to be using, it's about a half a cup of sugar. This is about 3 tablespoons of Italian season, about a tablespoon and a half of garlic powder, and then I'm going to use a little seasoning salt and then a little seasoning salt for the meat. And then also for sauce, I'm using Hunt sauce, which is like $1.09, $1.10 in the store. This sauce is really good for baked ziti, and I'll tell you why. Basically, it's good because it's not too thick and it's not too thin of a sauce. It's just right in between, and that's kind of where you want to be at when you're making baked ziti. You don't want like that big, thick meat sauce like Prego or one of them. Those are great for spaghetti. And I have my noodles going, my pasta going in the back, because tell you, when I make baked ziti, it's a couple steps to it, but nothing that you can't handle, especially if you've been following me this far. I'm hoping my subscribers continue to grow and the views keep going. I mean, it seemed like when I did the flashback on some video of the girl cooking in the frying pan, kind of seemed like I got way more views than just cooking. Maybe people just don't want to cook, but I'm going to keep doing this, and because I enjoy doing this. So a lot has happened this year so far. Good things, a lot of good things. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start my food. I know you prefer to see me, and I promise you I'm going to take some of this segment just to kind of introduce what I'm cooking. But yeah, I didn't charge my other camera, that's why you can't see me today. But I'd rather let you put a focus on the pot where it belonged than on my face. So what I'm going to do here is I have some chopped up green peppers, chopped up onions, and I'm going to put this in my pan. I have my pan on about 6, and I use a half a bell pepper, and then I also use a whole small onion, one whole small onion to make this. I'm all about natural herbs, and what I like to do is kind of get the flavor going in this pot. Alright, so in the meantime, while we're cooking this, I'm going to keep stirring my noodles and letting them cook. What I like to do is I have baked ziti noodles cooking, and then I also have some of the rigatoni noodles cooking. I like to use 2 different noodles in mine. It's up to you to just use you can just use ziti noodles, or you can just use rigatoni. However you like it, it all comes out the same when it comes down to taste, and if you make it the same way. So I have about a half of green pepper. I'm going to try to make this video a little under 15 minutes. If I can do 10, we'll see. While I'm doing that, I'm going to get my ground beef. You can use Italian sausage, but some do use that, and that's fine. That's totally fine. It's up to you. Okay. So I'm using about a 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Alright. You want to cover it, kind of let it roll. That's fine. I'm going to brown this meat. I just want to kind of show you what I'm putting in it before I ground it. I'll come back once the meat is browned, and then what we'll do is we're going to start doctoring up our sauces, the sauce, and then from there it really is just another 2 steps to it, maybe 3 steps to it, but not too much, not too hard. Put this in the oven 30 minutes. I got my oven already on 350, ready to roll. Now I'm going to use some seasoning salt on that, about 2 to 3 tablespoons, depending on how you like your meat. And that's it. That's all you need when it comes to seasoning. No need to add salt. No need to add any other thing. Just let this cook. Chop it up very fine. I'll be back, okay? So our hamburger meat is brown. And one of the things about cooking different hamburger meats is certain ones you don't have to drain. You can use the 90, am I saying the right, 92% lean, which this one is 92%. Some people are like, well, if you drain it, you're going to lose the flavor, and you usually, for the most part, will lose it. So we're going to put in our tomato sauce. I'm using a meat sauce, and then because it's being baked ziti, for the taste of it, I want to use the, I like using the 4 cheese. I put about a little, just to kind of break it up a little and get the rest of the sauce out of the can. I usually put about a, under a cup of water, about a half a cup, just to clean the can out and get your rest of your sauce. Pour it right in here. Alright, and just stir your sauce up. Make sure you turn your burner down. This is like the easiest process that's about to go down here. What I don't do is cook this sauce completely. It's already basically cooked. Now this is where we're going to doctor our sauce. Garlic powder. Gonna put our sugar in. Looks like a lot of sugar, but with that sauce there, trust me, it's not. It's very bitter. If you really want to make this into a really good spaghetti sauce, use a little under a half a cup of sugar. If you're diabetic and can't have it, that's fine. Just kind of like braise it with maybe like about 3 tablespoons just to kind of kill that bitter taste. That's going to be our Italian seasoning. Alright. Now, having all this cooked, I'm going to let, I really don't want this to cook. Right. Always use another spoon if you want to try your sauce out. By all means, and don't double dip. So let's see here. That's perfect. That's so good. Perfect. It's on its way. Alright. Our next step would be, since we have this mixed, I'm going to switch burners real quick, because I'm going to need to use this big pot. Unless you have another pot, you can just kind of put this on low. This sauce doesn't, it's going in the oven, so it really doesn't need to cook. Alright, so what we're going to do is put our noodles in here. When you cook your noodles, add about a tablespoon of salt and some vegetable oil so it doesn't stick. More in here. Got more and more and more. You want your noodles, definitely. And then, here's the fun part. Just pour this right in. Don't try to spread it. Pour it slow, because it will make a mess. The whole thing in. At this point, technically, the Italianos will say it's done. It's you would just put it in the oven with some cheese, but I do mine just tad bit different. I'm going to add in some, and you don't have to add it in. I'm going to add some cream cheese in. Now while this is at this level, at this stage in the game, I want to put some cheese in to kind of give it the cheesy feeling. Then what I'm going to do is come back when I have my casserole and everything in the dish stage, and we'll go over it. But yeah, you can add cheese into it at this point, or you can just leave it if you're lactose intolerant. This will go great. Just bake it for a little bit. I mean, I don't know how you really bake Ziti without cheese. I laugh because sometimes I say the craziest things and then they don't try to backpedal and say, oh, well, I don't know how you want to do it. But yeah, if you're a fan of baked Ziti, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm going to get this ready, and I'll have my pot ready to go. And we're going to go onto another section, and then I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so looks like we're rocking a little bit. We're not. All right, so I have my cheese, and I'm ready to start layering my baked ziti. I kind of do mine in layers, so I'm gonna stop making a mess. Almost like how you would do lasagna, just with not that much noodles and stuff. And if you remember on my main page, on all my, mostly on my main page, you see this dish here being displayed. Right, so we're gonna add some cheese onto here. So the first layer, and I'm using, if you look in the store, they have it, it's called, I'm really making a mess here, Fiesta cheese. Basically, what it is, and this layer, don't do it so heavy. Let me show you what I'm going to do here. Yeah, they should have one of these in the store called Fiesta cheese. Alright, just going to take a slither of cream cheese and layer it. If you don't want the cream cheese, you don't have to use it, but I'm telling you, it's really, really, really good. It doesn't have to be, because when you go to cut into it, it'll break itself up. But I usually do it like that. All right, we're doing pretty good on time. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is do one more layer. I told you, it's like making lasagna. It really is. And I like to kind of see the cream cheese. Don't overdo your layer because you don't want the cheese to overflow in the oven. Alright, so now you're going to use another layer of cheese, and this is going to be your final layer of cheese. Let's see here. you can make it as cheesy as you want it to be. Remember, it's the way you like it. I don't think Big Ziti should be made any other way. You can use chicken. See what we did? Grind the chicken up, cut it up, and then put it into your roll. This is going to take about 30 minutes to bake. And I want to come back to the final product as I always do. And then I want to show you one more thing before I do that. Before I do that, you can take your Italian seasoning over the top of it. Okay. That's just me being messy. Alright, take your Italian season over the top of it. Sprinkle it. And let it bake right in it. Alright, so you're going to cover this up with a lid. Okay, it didn't break. I tell you, cooking, it's a lot of work. Alright, so I'm going to let this go into the oven about 30 minutes. All ingredients will be found at the bottom of this video under description. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also check me out at chefmcfadden.com, or you can tweet me at #chefmcfadden. Okay, this is the final product of the Big Ziti. Just want to kind of show you how it came out. Very yummy. It's ready to go. Let it sit for about 5 minutes to cool down. Otherwise, it's good to go. Check me out every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Also check out my talk show at 1 p.m. on Saturday, Food Talk. We'll see you then.